but I will govern as an American president.
Joe Biden has experienced both poverty and wealth across his life. Today, we'll be taking a look at the wealthy lifestyle. Welcome to our channel, and we'll be taking a look at Joe Biden's millionaire lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to turn notifications on for more videos like this one. Without further ado, let's begin. Joe Biden is reportedly worth $9 million at present, which is significantly more than earlier in his career. This is very ironic considering that Biden was once called the poorest man in Congress because he wasn't as wealthy as other politicians in the country. This number is based on a total portfolio of $4 million in real estate, cash and investments worth $4 million, and a federal pension worth more than $1 million. Joe Biden spends money on many of his personal ventures. But what makes him such an interesting millionaire to analyze is how he spent his campaign money in the last few months for his presidential campaign, which is why we'll be taking a look at both his personal finances and his career expenses. While he's definitely on the wealthier side of society today, he was at another point known as middle-class Joe. From the course of his tenure, his salary increased from $42,500 per year to $174,000 per year, according to the Senate's historical records. However, 11 years ago, Joe Biden's net worth was less than $30,000. The bulk of his wealth comes not from politics or his presidency, but actually from a multi-book deal with Flatiron Books valued at $8 million per Publishers Weekly. But the Bidens also earned a sizable income from speaking engagements. The AP reports that Biden's basic speaking fee was $100,000, but it ranged from $40,000 to $190,000. And then there's the money Biden has made off of promoting his 2017 bestseller, Promise Me, Dad. According to Biden's recent financial disclosures, he was paid anywhere from $8,000 to $90,000 per single book tour stop. Biden also earned $540,000 as a professor at the University of Pennsylvania's Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement. As part of his net worth portfolio, his real estate investments include 2 homes in Delaware that are both worth $4 million. His life has been shaped by tragedies, both personal and financial ones from the beginning. Joe Biden Sr., who had a profound impact on his son, came from wealth. His father ran a division of American Oil, but Joe Sr. sent out as an entrepreneur and had several business failures, leaving the family impoverished, according to his son's memoir, with the children going to stay with their grandmother. The money came in for Biden when he was first elected to be the senator as a 29-year-old in 1973, one of the youngest Senate members in American history. Though they originally struggled to make ends meet, his new job as a career politician allowed him to begin a financial turnaround and begin making more money to change his lifestyle to what we see today. We'll be first analyzing Biden's financial expenses during his recent presidential run, which reached ludicrous amounts as one of the presidential candidates that spent the most cash on advertising. Former Vice President Joe Biden's campaign has spent more money on television and digital advertising than any other presidential candidate in American history. Just his campaign spent more than $582 million on television advertising since launching his campaign last year. The COVID-19 pandemic gave the Biden campaign a big advantage in the financial department, though. It came with cost savings that were not available to previous candidates, who had to spend huge amounts on travel and accommodation as they toured the U.S. Biden campaign officials said the cash infusion had allowed them to micro-target specific groups of voters in a way that would not have been possible without so much money. He also went on a massive spending spree at the near end of his presidential run, a 60-second World Series television spot narrated by the actor Sam Elliott, a $250,000 Amtrak train lease for a 6-city campaign tour through Ohio and Pennsylvania, an almost $4 million TV advertising campaign in Texas. The Democratic presidential candidate could afford such expenses thanks to the fundraising prowess of his campaign, which pulled in $493.8 million over the past 2 months, breaking records and bringing his total haul for 2020 to $761.2 million. Now, let's talk a little more about how he has been spending his money all around the world, as we have a clear idea of where all these millions came from. The former vice president, now president-elect of the United States, is a self-proclaimed car guy. The multimillionaire has humble dreams, stating that his dream car is a Corvette Z06. When in office, and due to the Secret Service driving prohibition, Biden broke the rules one day and decided to do burnouts in his driveway in a CTS-V. Biden's favorite car is his 1967 Goodwood Green Corvette with a 327 under the hood. Biden has also owned a 1956 Ford and a Mercedes 190 SL. Though he definitely doesn't have the sizable car collection President Donald Trump has, you can't deny that he's got a good sense of car styles. Claiming to have been seduced from high school age by real estate, Joe Biden may not own as many houses as Oprah, but still has a pretty decent-looking abode in Delaware. Let's take a quick look on his homes and mansions. Biden began buying homes, especially those that were outside his budget, in his 20s, taking out multiple mortgages and receiving loans against life insurance policies. Biden purchased this former DuPont mansion in Tony Greenville for $185,000. He nicked the station, and it became the campaign headquarters for his first presidential run in 1988. In 1996, Biden sold the house for $1.2 million. Today, he owns a nice-looking manor in Greenville, an upscale suburb of Wilmington. In 1996, Biden purchased 4 acres of secluded lakefront land in the upscale suburb of Wilmington, Delaware, and built this 6,850 square foot home. According to Zillow, the lot was purchased back then for $350,000, and the property is now estimated to be worth more than $1 million, though a real estate expert put that figure closer to $2 million. During his vice presidency, he rented out a cottage on the property to the Secret Service for $2,200 a month. When his son Beau was battling brain cancer, Biden considered selling the house to help pay for treatments, but was discouraged from doing so by then-President Barack Obama, who offered to lend him the money instead. Eventually, Biden began renting a house at McLean, Virginia, the upscale suburb outside D.C., with senators, Supreme Court justices, and diplomats among its main residents. They rented a gorgeous Georgian-style house from venture capitalist Mark Ein, with costs estimated at $20,000 a month. Sprawled out over 12,000 square feet, the 5-bedroom mansion has a gym, sauna, floor-to-ceiling windows, and a driveway big enough for 20 cars. Of course, such a sizable rent definitely costs a lot of cash to maintain. So, what are your thoughts on the ways Joe Biden spends his money? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.